Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mike on the Mic, the first podcast in this series. And we have here what we call at our work the Black Coalition. Yes, that is us. So I will let them introduce themselves. Starting off with Mr. Ming. Go ahead and introduce yourself and say who you are.
I'm Elijah Ming. I work.
And where you from?
I'm from Wyandotte County. 10th Street to be exact.
Oh my God.
You know.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, my name is Marcus Johnson.
Speak up.
My name is Marcus Johnson. And, now I'm from here, man. I'm from here, right? You know, Wyandotte County, born and raised. Well, not born, but just raised.
Just raised?
Yeah.
Oh man, transported.
So, yeah. Wait a minute. So,
Dang.
Ming, what school did you go to?
Like high school?
Uh-huh.
I went to Sligo.
Sligo.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
No, I
I
went
went
to
to
Sligo.
Stallion. Yeah. 09.
I went to Sumner, man. And
Makes
it
sense
was-
about the shoes though.
It does make sense.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Just so y'all know,
I was
Ming,
like-
Ming has old dad shoes that he wears all the time.
There it
And
is, man.
today he decided to step up his game and buy some $80 shoes.
I got it from Ross, man.
Yeah, go ahead and show him. Go ahead and show
You
him.
can't go wrong with Ross.
Long ass Jiminy Cricket legs.
Yeah.
He stepped up his shoe game and got the old uncles.
I got the nephews on, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
So Johnson, you said where you from?
Where am I from?
Yeah.
No, I'm from here.
Went to Sumner.
I went to Sumner, man. Better than Sligo, tell you that much.
I doubt it.
All right. Yeah, grew up in here, Wyandotte County, man. Just where I'm at. I don't know if I'm a fan of that shirt that you're wearing though, because it looks a lot like New York.
It does.
It says Wyandotte Raised.
But it
Yeah.
looks like New York.
But there's not an art like the logo.
Hey,
There's no
hey,
art there.
nah.
Didn't he
Don't
get
worry
that
about
from
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ain't supporting local? That's what you're doing? You're on this podcast right now.
Wait, you better get canceled, bro. You can start.
This will be Marcus Johnson's last episode. First and last. All right, Mr. Kelly, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Ah man, Lorenzo Kelly from
Why you got that
KCK.
deep voice?
Oh my God, bro.
Act like he's the
Lorenzo
ladies'
Kelly
man.
from KCK, Washington High School graduate.
That explains a lot.
Oh my God. Yes, I went to Washington.
That was Wyandotte.
Born, not at all. Don't do me. I was on the north side of Quindaro, so we went to Washington. South side, I went to Wyandotte. So, well, with that being said, I'm from the Quindaro area. Grew up there, lived there for the majority of my life, and this is where I am now.
Cool. So where we at mentally? Boys, where we at? Where we good? Like mentally, I'm about a 7 right now, so I'm good.
Oh, we
I'm
was giving
chill.
numbers. I thought we was giving like descriptions.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
what
was.
I'm
I was trying to find my. I was,
I know. I don't care that much.
Fair.
No, I'm just playing. Now, where we at mentally? Like I said, I'm about a 7. I'm good. I just, I want to check in on y'all. So I'm about a 7. I'm good. I got things going. Got this podcast going. Trying to do my realtor's license. For those of y'all that want to hire Mr. Simmons, just let me know. Work's good. So where you at mentally, Mr. Ming?
I would say I'm back to maybe a 7. Work kind of got the best of me these last year or whatever, but with you guys and a couple other people at work, just kind of got my head right back together. So I'm in a lot better place, mentally. So yeah,
I'm good.
I'm good for sure.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. You ever, on trash day, when they come pick up the trash
Mm-hmm.
and they miss a few pieces and you got that piece of paper flying in the wind?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
So you're the piece of paper that's flying?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Just floating.
You just float.
Just trying to make it happen.
So you
trying
just
to, trying to find a home.
you a medium 5,
Medium 6.
medium 6.
Medium six.
You 6. Hey, that's good enough.
Yeah.
So you good though?
No, I'm good. I'm I mean, it's the same thing. It's work.
Yeah, but work's work. We gotta think that work ain't gonna be around forever, and that's
Yeah.
not the only thing we do. We got families at home.
No,
Some
I
of
mean,
us
you
got
spend
kids.
most of your days and time at work, so I mean, it's tough. But other than that, I mean, outside of that, I'm solid. I'm solid.
That's facts. Same.
We're good.
I'm like the only one floating at about a 9.
You a 9? Hey,
Yeah,
that's
I'm floating
good.
at a 9, man. I leave all my stuff at. I leave all my work at work. When I come home, I got a great counselor, my wife, my kids. I mean, kids are kids. Well, everybody know that. But besides that, I'm always good. As long as I can walk, talk, provide for my family, my mental health is always up to par.
So that's also a good thing I wanted to mention. Is a good thing about this group is that when we work, but when we get off, we leave all that stuff behind. And just so everybody knows, we're in the law enforcement profession, and we all work together. And I tell all these new people that start that once you work hard, do what you need to do, but keep it at work. Because as soon as you get off and bring it home, you're not off work. You're constantly working. Your mind's constantly working, even though you ain't getting paid for it. So that's why I always tell people, when you get off work, keep that work issues, work stuff at the job, because you don't want to bring all that stress and drama into your home, into your household. You want your kids to notice that you stress about work, because your kids don't care about work. Your wife really don't care about work. Just open the damn.
Unless, if I can interject, like my wife and I, we've been married. It'll be 3 years here in October, and
Speak up.
it'll be 3 years here in October or whatever. And what I've grown to know here in the last year or so, whatever, is I can actually come to her and kind of talk about work to kind of relieve myself of some of that and not just completely shut her off of what's going on. And shit, she's another person I can just kind of talk to, and she understands. She understands what I go through, because she kind of deals with people also, unruly people, also with her profession also, so she can kind of relate and kind of give me a little bit of advice, but she understands what I'm going through, so I can kind of talk to her a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that leads me kind of to the next topic. So what do you guys do to take your mind off work, to not be so stressed out at home, to forget about work? Mm-hmm. Like with me, I go to the gym, I hang out with my kids. My kids are my life. It's all I do, really. And that's all I want to do is hang out with my kids. And that just, when I do that, I just forget about work. And that's really, like, clears my mind. So what do y'all do?
I mean, I work out. I'm a kid, so I'll play the game, kick it with my family, kind of chill out a little bit. Find a series on TV and watch it. Just something to take my mind off stuff. But I'm a homebody anyway, so I don't need to go out.
Yeah.
And I don't need to do a whole lot of activity for me to be satisfied. I'm good.
Yeah. Man, me and my wife, we'll just turn on Netflix, man, and I'll just talk to her.
What y'all watching on Netflix right now?
We just finished up
I bet
Black
you it's
Lightning, and we're finishing up All American. Yes.
I still can't get with it.
I thought you were about to say, like, Bridgerton or something.
We actually already watched
I knew you were about to say something crazy.
Great series. I'm satisfied we watched that one, Bridgerton, but we're on All American right now. Yeah.
Who picks the shows?
It's a little bit of both, but she mainly does. Yeah. My wife's the head of the household.
I think all of our wives are the head of the household.
Yeah.
Nah, man, y'all did.
No.
Jennifer and D, do y'all hear this? I hope you pause it right here.
So just to clarify, so in my household is CFO and this is and CEO. My wife she controls the finances. I make the money. She disperses it. Final say if I came down and said, all right, if we have to make a call, I'll make the call because I'm the head of the household. But I don't walk around just like some dang on tyrant. So we have equal share in our household.
Who controls the remote on the TV?
Who
controls the remote?
Bro, I have like 4 large TVs
Wrong
in my
answer.
house. It just,
Wrong
no,
answer.
that's not the no.
I control the
'cause-
remote.
I control the remote.
no, I don't need that. I don't. That's not one of the things that. See, right there. That's one of the things that I don't. That's not a fight in my
Well,
house.
one, he's lying. He don't control nothing.
Facts.
That's a lie. But you want to know what? I also have 2 daughters, so I'm a little outnumbered.
Yeah,
but
I know your daughters run that household. So
Oh,
so
not
quit
at all.
quit playing.
nah, white. Nah, not at all.
They like, Daddy, I need this. Yeah, baby girl.
So that's I'm a spoiler. Everybody in my house, everyone in my household is spoiled all the way down to that dog. So
You told me you didn't even like your dog.
I don't like that. I love him. That's
Yeah,
why I
we
said
know
I
you
don't
don't.
like him. I love him. That's my dog.
We see too many pictures on Facebook. That's a damn dog.
Man, y'all see.
Hey, y'all look at fish.
It's like, go get this dog.
I'm just. Yeah, man. I'm still the man of the house.
Well, that's good. Well, you didn't answer, Kelly. But what do you do to kind of forget about work?
Hang out with family when I'm not, like, of course, when I'm not working. It's hanging out with family. And I got a man cave. So, like, if my wife is doing something, my kids, they watching a movie together, I want to watch that movie. I just fucking tiptoe off into my man cave, play some video games, watch another TV show if I don't want to feel like watching what they're watching. But, you know, just hang out with my family. I'm a homebody, and man, I ain't worked out in a minute. So, video games and movies. Series.
Yeah.
I'm trying to finish up Breaking Bad. I've never finished watching that. So
You got to finish it up, man.
Worst show.
yeah,
I never saw
you
it.
said work show.
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop.
Bro,
It
you
was.
really
It,
trying to
Okay,
cancel
I'm going to
this
let
shit,
y'all
bro.
know
That's
right
crazy.
now because Johnson might be on a couple episodes. Johnson's going to disagree with everything, and he has the worst taste in movies.
here we go.
Yeah, we're starting already in movies and TV series. So I'm gonna let y'all know a little secret that he don't let anybody know.
You told me your favorite movie
Oh,
was Grown Ups 2.
Stop. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I thought you were serious. I was like,
He did. He told me that. He told me that.
We're just gonna get into
He
it.
said Adam Sandler he liked him.
No,
Loved him.
no.
I love
Great
Adam.
actor.
Wait, hold on. I love
I like
Adam.
them in
So,
Hidden Gems.
I love.
Yes.
Adam,
So
Adam.
okay, we're gonna talk about Adam Sandler real quick. Adam Sandler was great until he needed money, and then he'd start playing in everything, right? And so, let me you sidetracking me here.
I'm just
He
listening.
had a whole.
Johnson's favorite superhero movie is Catwoman.
Here we go. See? You hear the lies? You hear the lies?
Hear the lies?
No, it's not.
Wow.
Oh,
Never
bro.
once
Yeah,
said-
okay.
Wow.
And then I don't know if y'all seen The Adjustment Bureau.
Great movie.
It is just a
What?
Adjusting movie. Great movie.
Stop talking.
Great
I've
movie.
never
You
seen
drunk
it.
too much of that.
Great movie.
That's crazy.
Have you ever seen it?
Yes, I have.
What'd you think about it?
I thought it was. I couldn't get a hold to it. It was all over the place.
thank you, it was trash.
It was,
He
it was
like
terrible.
trash movies. It's all
It
right.
was all over the place.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Gone in 60 Seconds.
And he's gonna
See?
he's gonna
See?
say he hates it.
Yeah, Gone in 60
No,
Seconds.
I mean, it's a good
and it's
movie.
and not the original, the Nicolas Cage version.
Oh, yeah. I hate it.
It's a great movie. I used to watch that show every day coming home from school. I love it.
That's a weird movie to watch.
Gone in 60
Right
Seconds.
after school.
It's a fast. It's
In
a fast.
high school.
That's because
No,
he
I
was a
wasn't
criminal.
in high school. I was in middle school. Guys messed up. You know my past. Nah, but it was always fascination with cars. I like it. You know, it grabbed me. Eleanor was a great car. So
Yeah, all right, man.
So,
And then
so you like Fast and Furious?
the first two.
so that's
So
another
Tokyo
thing.
Drift is in
So
that?
Johnson's favorite movies are Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift, on.
Bro, don't say that. Don't say that, bro.
All lies. I don't know. I don't know where,
Don't say
I don't know
that.
where he's Googling.
Bro, I'm
his
about to
information.
say,
Terrible,
Bro,
All
after the
I'm gonna
first
watch
two,
it
it
because
wasn't
Bow
working.
Wow's in it.
After
You,
the first
you
two,
told
it
me you
was-
like Bow Wow.
I hate Bow Wow.
Okay, we getting a little
hate-
sidetracked on movies because
My bad.
Johnson's got poor taste in
He
movies.
trolled and then we fell.
Yeah. We bit into this.
It's
shit.
We did.
All right, so get back on topic. So we talked about what we do to get our mind off the job, right? So we are all black men in a law enforcement profession. So what do you guys think is the hardest part about being black in a law enforcement profession?
Ooh.
That's a good question. I mean, I think now, especially now, the hardest part is just the feedback or the perception of you from your own community.
That's true. I was gonna say
Right.
that.
So I mean, we stay in Wyandotte.
Which, if a lot of people didn't know, Wyandotte County is, I believe, it is the most diverse county in the nation. we have about 30% white, 30% black, 30% Hispanic, and then everything else. Yeah. If y'all didn't know that, we are a very diverse community.
Right.
So, keep going.
Right.
I couldn't tell by that jail.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. Like, I mean, I run into a lot of, black people down there, black men, black women, whatever, and just the perception of me as a cop, as a law enforcement officer in general, deputy, I mean, it's negative. It's either it's Uncle Tom this, it's why you doing this for the white man, it's all that. So I mean, I think it's dealing with that or coping with that part, and I know we talk about a lot about it downstairs. All we trying to do is help. All we trying to do is set an example of, hey man, you could do this. You could not necessarily cop, but you could just succeed. And I'm trying to show you an example of that, or be an example of that. And this is the feedback I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, based off, but piggybacking off what he said, public perception is the biggest thing about being black working in law enforcement. Is public perception, and it's not from like Latino.
Well, the mic close to you.
And it's not like Latino, white, and it's usually I get more kickback from people that look like me, and all I'm trying to do is treat them with respect. You find one person in this community that just flat out Kelly came to him, outlandish, ridiculous, or whatever, like you won't find it. I was like, my main thing is to treat people with respect. My family members, I come from a long line of people who made mistakes. They clean their mistakes up. But they made mistakes. So who am I to say? And I'll let people know in a heartbeat. I was one car ride and from like catching a felony. One car ride. 3 seconds away from catching a felony. Cops just pulled up and I was walking up and I was turn around. So I don't judge people. None of that. But it's the people in my community that you get more kickback from them than anything. And like Johnson said, all we trying to do is help. I want to treat everybody equally, fairly. I don't want no one to have a bad day. The system will do a good job of dealing you a bad day. And that's the last thing I want to do. I'm saying, so the biggest thing in that, in like being black working in law enforcement, is the perception from your own people. And I'm not saying all of our people, not at all. But you have you don't know what it's like to be. Well, you do, of course. I mean, but people don't know what it's like to be. Like you said, why are you working for the white man? Well, if it was only white people working in this profession, wouldn't it be unfair to you? Wouldn't you want people to look like? Wouldn't you want people to look like you dealing with you? Like at least you may be able to. If you don't want to deal with this man, hey, Kelly walking up, Johnson walking up, Maine walking up, Simmons walking up, they can talk to me. I'll talk to them. It's a different outcome on different things. So I go back to it. It's most likely, it's more or less is just public perception from the people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the hardest things. That's one thing that gets on my nerves. That's one it kind of get under my skin. That's the hardest thing to do.
I think it gets under a lot of people's skin, because I know, like you said, the hardest thing about being a cop today is that we're hard to be looked at in a positive light, no matter what you do. And then I feel like sometimes when things happen, like George Floyd and Michael Brown, and the list goes on. Yeah, the list goes on. It's like when you talk to people or when something like that happens, people kind of look at you and they kind of say, like, pick a side. And that's like, hey, I'm a part of both. I might not agree with everything the police officers do in those situations, but I'm also in law enforcement. I am trying, and I am trying to show people, hey, I'm not like that. I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to be in the community more. I'm trying to show everyone that, cops aren't bad, and, we aren't like type of people. Because, if one person does something in our profession, we all get the brunt of it. Every single time. And it ain't like that in a lot of professions. A doctor messes up and he kills somebody in surgery.
Yeah, not all doctors.
Not all doctors. You're not going to look at all doctors and it's like, that they all going to kill somebody. But if when a police officer does something, we all get that rap. And you know what? We're in that profession. We own that. We got to own that.
Yep.
And we know that. And I'm not complaining about it, but we just know that we in this profession, we're going to get that. And we're fine with that because we are held to a higher standard. We got to do better. Mm-hmm. But that's also the hardest part because we also get blamed for stuff that happens 15 states away. And we just got to say, hey, we're not going to try to do that. We're trying to do better. But then being a black man, you go into these situations and like you said, they're like, well, now you working for them and, you ain't going to help me out and stuff like that. Like, bro, you broke the law. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it's not. I can't flip a switch and say, "Oh yeah, give him a pass." It's like, no, you have to maintain yourself and then you do good and stick to yourself, and nothing comes your way.
I just, in my experience, I just hope that me showing up can just ease the situation.
And
at
you're
least
right,
calm the
because
situation down a little bit and not let it escalate further than what it needs to be escalated to.
Yeah.
I know there's been a lot of situations in the jail, whatever we're working. I've been able to, just me showing up. Hey, Ming, man, they doing this, and I can be able to talk to them and figure out what's going on, even though we can still go along with the disciplinary process or whatever, but it doesn't have to go to like use of force, or that use of force is mitigated because he or she sees a familiar face, so
or even stopping the problem
Before it
before it becomes a bigger issue.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And then a lot of people, it's like a psychological thing is I'm going to feel more comfortable with people that look like me. And I'm not going to, that's just how our brains are wired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you surround yourself with someone that looks like you and you're in situations and someone that looks like you comes in, you're going to feel a little bit better. Even though it might be a shitty situation to begin with, but hopefully you're not going to be as hostile as someone or someone you see that looks like you can hopefully kind of relate. Well, I guess that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I do.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely agree with that.
So, leads me to the next topic, I guess. And it kind of goes along with what we're talking about. But if you were, let's just say you had the power to change something in Wyandotte County. Like you were mayor and you had, magic wand, let me fix some problems. What would you fix in Wyandotte County? I know that's a loaded question.
That's a loaded question.
But what if you had the answers to all the problems?
I don't know, man, because it's going to me and you going to disagree.
I know we are.
We're going to disagree.
I know we are.
We're going to disagree.
And don't give me like 10 things. Give me like 1 or 2.
So if I was mayor and I had the ability, I don't even know if it's necessarily fix things, but kind of just change things. It would be, so I want to see more smaller businesses pop up, right? I think the love, the favors, the whatever words you want to put there, that we show to bigger corporations, kind of minimalizes small business growth, right? You got your few mom and pop stores pop up everywhere, but I would want to see more smaller businesses showing up, just around my mom's house, really, just around my area. I think that, yeah, I would change that.
Like an establishment, like actual buildings where you can go in, eat, or just like...
You mean like making it easier?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily easier, but just because I don't know the price. I'm not a small business owner, but I want to see. Some of the best food, and it doesn't have to necessarily be brick and mortar. Just some of the best food, some of the best things that I've bought here recently, especially this year, especially with major corporations, major businesses shutting down. Mm-hmm. Some of the things that I enjoyed that I've purchased has been from mom and pop shops. Whether it be online, because I mean we don't have them here, or finding some spot down on what's it downtown? River Market.
River Market.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Finding a bracelet down there. You know what I'm saying. Something small. So that's what I would change.
And mine, actually, we agreed on something for the first
Y'all
time.
finally agreed on something.
Finally agreed on something. And
We
mine
need
is
to just
mine
stop
is
the podcast.
if I had it.
Is your
if I
shirt
had
gray?
No.
All right, cool. 'Cause
Charcoal.
Gray.
Whatever.
Love 'em great.
But it pretty much aligned with his, which is stop giving the big cuts to the corporations like the racetrack, who's I don't even think they pay their lights or water. You have the incentives of the people like Menards and everything that build there. If you want to give a corporation a shot or a business a shot, give it to a small LLC. Like they need the biggest help, because in reality, small business drives America. So I mean, and you'd be amazed on what a thousand employees still classifies as a small business, but small businesses, they drive America. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I would love to see more trucking companies that. It's like a guy not grew up with, went to school with. He has a trucking company. You would love to see stuff like that. I would love to see him get incentives as opposed to like Cerna and the racetrack. And
Did you just say Cerna?
yeah,
Cerner?
Cerna. Oh, God damn.
Cerner.
Cerna.
Hey,
Says
Cerner.
Cerna.
Where you work at, Cerna?
It's
But
a mix
like-
between Cerna and Serta.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, you
Facts.
want to see those small businesses like they get their shot. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the guys who are trying to come up, and I mean, for one, it helps get you get them tax dollars in here.
Yeah, we get money.
Yeah, we get the money in here. You see people do better. The community does better. I mean, all areas do better. So like, get those guys a shot.
What about you, Ming?
I'm gonna change it. I would love to see like want to kind of be more aggressive with sports. I know
Remember
that's
that.
weird, but I grew up playing literally football, baseball, and I wrestled. Just an athlete all the way around, and I've seen so much talent in Wyandotte County. Some just get misdirected in the wrong things. Some fizzle out. Some not see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I've seen, especially in UFC 500, I've seen a lot of lack of winning, and I feel like if we were to have put a lot more effort into our sporting programs growing up. So I'm 30, so yeah. So in like the early 2000s, I feel like we should have had a couple state championships. I feel like Wyandotte County should have a powerhouse in a lot of the sports. It's just, I just see so much talent.
Well, how do you help that though?
I don't know. You gotta bring in the resources. The ones who made it to the college level and above come back and teach, guide the ones who are going through the schools, who are trying to make it. You provide more resources.
Do you think? So that's a good point. Do you think that it's more of a kids mentality, coaches? I mean, like you said, coaches' resources, coaches in general, or do you think it's just a lack of attention paid from schools, whatever directors in charge? I mean, or do you think it's all three?
I would say it all three plays a part. But I know when I was in school, like our athletic director could care less. Our football coaches weren't the best, and they were just dealing with what we had. And we had our football team, I'm speaking mainly right now to our football team. We had a lot of talent across the board. We just didn't have enough people who knew how to play football, who didn't have that experience as football. Same with
Are you talking
baseball and wrestling and stuff like that.
Are you talking about like students, or are you
students, and then like with the coaching, man, we didn't see any real like recruiting being done, at our school. Like we had several people like Tyrone Wallace, who I could have sworn he should have been D1 for sure, or been in someone's MLB roster or been recruited there, but he went to Coffeyville. Like, we have D1 talent athletes, but they have to take that low road to do that because of we don't have the
resources
to get them out there to be seen and everything.
But like
that.
what type of like resources, like, because I stopped playing high school football, baseball, and wrestling earlier because I had to work. I had to help provide.
Yeah.
So like, what resources as far as like?
Well, I mean, and I can go more into it because I sit on a couple boards for District 500, and to your point, there's a lot of times when kids, when they get into high school, they are the main provider of their family. So, because I don't know a lot of people know this, but a majority, I shouldn't say majority, a certain percentage of District 500 kids are homeless or they're living in poverty. And so, if you are growing up and you are a part of a single parent household, and once you reach a certain age, like 15, 16, you either pick sports or you're going to pick a job to help out. So what do you think you're going to pick?
I'll pick a job.
Yeah, well, most people do. So, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I get that too.
Like with you, on when you said like sports, man, like if it's anything for me that involves a school, is how can we get scores up? Like, that's my biggest thing, is how can we get scores up? Sports are cool, but
Speak up, Kelly. You got that low voice.
Sports are cool, but
You act like
I'm more concerned with
Hot
how
103.
Quiet storm.
Quiet storm tonight, yo.
But I'm more concerned with how we make people later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, sports are cool. Sports are cool. You gain discipline from sports. You know how to work with you learn how to work with others. Like, that's all cool. And by all means, like, I would love to see like Washington, where I came from. I'd love to see them like playing a state championship, things like that. Just to see it, because that's a way for some of these kids to make it out and get to college, and like what they do with their college career, even if they don't go on to play professional ball or whatever, they get to get an education, and this helps this kid off later in life. But my biggest thing is how to make better people. Like, I'm all down with like investing into the kids if they want to learn. If like that's their main thing. But sports is good. But how can we make better people? Because that's what we need. Because one of the biggest things me and Johnson go back and forth all the time is we go back and forth all the time. I say it starts in the household, and when you say you look at, you see the majority of them is single parent homes. I mean, like, dad ain't in the house. Dad in the house is one thing for the kid. One more thing for like guys like me. I have my stepdad. You know what I'm saying? And we had a conversation about this today. Like, there's certain things that, like, as a kid, I had to focus on, and then I had to pay attention that this man was helping me out. So yeah, I let that go, and then I focused on my education. I started doing better in school. I started working my way into manhood. So I was picking up different skills as far as like what did I need to do later on in life, how to be responsible, showing up on time for stuff, making sure my work was done. I worked in high school. I worked a full-time job. Like my last year, I worked a full-time job. I went to school for like 2 hours, and then there from like 11 o'clock all the way on down till like 11 o'clock at night, I was at work. I worked full-time. But see, like, our kids, we don't have to. They don't have to worry about that. You know, they can go to school, thrive, learn, and then like sports come because of the school district they're in. You know, they can go off and do that.
So what's more important, family or education?
Well, it starts at home, so I say families first.
So you think education's
Yeah.
more important?
Yes.
Everything starts in the household.
Well, why is that?
I mean, so the argument that we get into, where we disagree a lot of the times, is
He wants to put the carriage before the horse.
no. What I'm saying is, yes, sure, a 2-parent household is always going to be better than a 1-parent household, right? Unless it's extreme situation where, you know, parents are doing something else, right? But, and when I say something else, you know what I mean, you know, something to the kid or whatever, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
So a 2-parent household is always going to be better. If you have a single-parent household, right, and in your situation where you needed to provide or whatever, do you not think that education would have not necessarily furthered? I mean, because we're both in the same spot now, but do you not think education would have helped you a little bit more along the way? No, and I don't mean, when I say education, I don't mean specifically a school education, life education, being smart. School helps drive the fundamentals of understanding life and understanding how to interpret life, interpret different habits. But education in itself is better, I think, than whether you single family or multi-parent household.
Structure is first. Structure is first. Build a house. Build a house with no foundation. See how it lasts.
But you didn't have structure. You didn't have structure, and you found education. And did what with your education?
We talked about this. We talked about this earlier. So, I loaned from my dad. I rebelled. And it was about 15, 16. When I sat back and I was like, hey, my stepdad has been here the whole ride. He has been there when my sperm donor didn't step up. He taught me how to drive. Taught me how to use my hands. To this day, every time I fix something around the house, my wife's like, how'd you do that? I was like, my stepdad.
I still don't know how to fix anything.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know.
Yeah. I mean, you're rich, so whatever.
Whatever.
But why would you? I'm not rich. I'm poor. But so you sit there, you sit back and like I had to take a step back and I was like, hey man, this man's been here. He's been rocking with me since I was, I want to say like 6, 7. He was rocking with me the whole time, and he taught me these things. And every time I turned around, he was right there. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna let this man do what he wants to do, not what he was forced to do what he wants to do. So that's where that structure started rolling in, and that's where I started cleaning up my act. I was an angry kid. I said I've been through a good 3 anger management sessions, no less than 3 anger management sessions. I'm talking about courses, not just one time sit down. Like had to, but I started getting better when I just let that man do what he wanted to do. And that's when that structure came in. Even when me and my mom was on rocky roads, me and my mom was somewhat a rough relationship when I was younger. I won't say toxic, but I'll say a rough relationship. But that structure, having 2 people coming together to have a common interest in me to make sure I was doing all right, and I started to do a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? I was ahead of the people who were around me. I wasn't ahead of people out where I stand now. No, I wasn't. I had a late start with it, but I had
education is playing a part in that.
But that came. But see, that came after the structure. After I paid attention to the structure. Structure is first. Education, they run the same parallels, but structure comes first, man. You have to have structure. You have to. Structure is first. It's point blank. It's statistics show.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, hold on. You're let me get this. So you're. So what about the at-risk kid, the at-risk youth?
Well, normally they don't have structure in their home.
Usually don't have structure in the home.
But what about those kids who escape from home to school?
What do you mean?
You're saying
you're giving one-off stuff.
No, but that's what you're giving a one-off by your situation is a one-off, right?
No, it's not a one-off.
It is because you can count multiple people that were similar to your situation that succeeded because they what had family structure, right?
Yeah,
And
the statistics show if you have both parents in your life, you are most likely to succeed more than someone that has a single parent.
Sure. Statistics also show that if you move more than 50 miles away from your parents, you are more likely to succeed.
True, and then this is just stats. I'm just
No.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, I hear what you're saying, but the point that I'm making is you said that you have to have structure in order to settle down and then turn into education or be more receptive of education. And I'm saying that's not true. I don't. It's not always true. I mean, you can always argue, like you said, the one-offs. You can always argue the extremes, but sure, stats are like I said earlier. A two-parent household is always going to look better than a one-parent household, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need that in order to succeed.
No.
You can always.
That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is you are more likely to succeed when mom and dad is in the same household. Just like you're more likely to be in a better situation if the two people that live in the household are married.
I think both your points make sense. And
Yeah, but
I don't think one of y'all are gonna win.
No, we never do.
No one ever wins.
We never do. But what he's talking about is a one-off. I'm not talking about a one-off. I'm talking about percentage base. He's talking about a one-off. I'm not saying that someone who has a messed up situation that gets an education and it comes from a horrible background that they're doomed to they're just gonna fail. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is because what did I say earlier? I said you try. No matter what it is, you bump your head into a wall 10 times. Okay, keep trying. Figure out a different path, but keep trying. Like you fail, fine, keep trying. But the caveat to that is, if you have a structured home, you are less likely to fail. Not that you won't. Not that you're less like you're more likely to succeed.
So it's like a double-edged sword here in a catch-22. So you're more likely to see with a structured home. You're more likely to see if you have education. So y'all both right. So just take it.
Nah, man. We go back and forth. I say
Be the tiebreaker, Ming.
But
I'm
wait a
all for
minute.
education, but I had a structured home. My parents are
Bingo.
married.
And look how nerdy this dude came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm proud of it,
Mr.
man.
Dragon
Exactly,
Ball
and
Z over here.
He was allowed
Proud
to. He was
of it,
allowed
man.
to express himself. He was allowed to be. It wasn't no
Wearing
like, you
those
gotta-
dragon shirts and in a weird kitten
mean,
class,
Camouflage bucket hats.
Look how this man came out. Nothing flows.
wearing a Boston
Bro,
hat.
everything
He ain't
flows.
never been to Boston a day in his life.
Swag.
He ate Boston baked beans. Was like, I really like this place.
But so I'll go with my thing about how I would improve Waco, and I don't have the answer, but I would like to have the answer. But I'm in politics. Not that I'm running for nothing, but I'm in politics. I know people. I talk to people. About elections and stuff. But I would love to see a better turnout in Wyandotte County for people voting. We have 88,000 people registered to vote, and you have about 10 to 15,000 people that show up to vote, which is ridiculous.
Oh, it's
And
terrible.
and so why I say that is because we have so many problems in Wyandotte County, and people expressed all their problems in Wyandotte County. And you see it on social media. You see it when they do protests. You see it every day about something wrong in Wyandotte County. We have problems. Every county has problems. We have our own problems. But we can't sit there and talk about our problems and not do anything about it. And that's what happens at the polls because we have so many people that like to complain, but nobody shows up to the polls. So it's just like you just want to sit there and complain, but you don't want to go vote.
I mean, you got
This is ridiculous.
Have to.
It's ridiculous.
Have to.
And so I don't have the magic wand to fix that, but I would love to have a solution to fix that. Going to schools when, talking to seniors, as soon as they are about to graduate or anything, handing out voter registration. Go get registered. Go vote. Having big, parties and stuff for for voter turnout. You come out and we'll get you registered and you can get in this place for free or blah, blah, blah. There's a ton of things that you can do, but our county is not doing well in voting. And I hate seeing that because we could do so much in this county for change, but we don't come out to the polls to do anything about it. So it's like we bitch and complain about stuff, but y'all don't want to go to the polls and do nothing about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like a certain group of people. I'm just saying y'all people that are registered voters, the 88,000 people that are registered voters, and we only have 12,000 people show up to the polls. Mm-hmm. So that's just ridiculous.
Do you think it's because they try to get stickers?
I think it's because
we need
people.
Better gifts. Don't you think we need better gifts?
I do. I knew he was going to troll. I knew he was going to troll.
No, I'm serious. Don't you think we need better gifts?
Stop.
What do you mean?
They upgraded to pins.
I get off work early, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I miss out on work. I got to get the kids to school, bed, wake up early to go jump in line. I do all this voting and then I get a sticker?
Okay.
I know he was going to tell you he was going to troll. I told you he was going to troll.
What do you want?
Huh?
You got a pin too.
Yeah, you got a pin.
What do you want? You want like a $25 gift card?
I got the pin last time.
You want a $25 gift card to Target?
I need something.
All right, so we can do that.
That's buying an election, though, bro.
No. I didn't say I'm gonna vote for a specific person. I need some kickback.
Need some kickback, huh?
Yeah, some time. Anything. I need something.
You need something?
Fill out an overtime form?
I need an overtime sheet.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I'm with that.
You with that, right? When you come out to vote?
Anybody, we need like an hour time of voting. Like voting
no, you
pay.
get paid. You get paid for
voting pay.
You get 1 minute for every person.
Get paid to go vote. You know that, right?
You can leave.
If you are working on election day, you need additional pay. Now you just being greedy. Just being greedy.
You said incentives. I need.
You know what I'm saying?
Extra hour.
I don't want the regular stuff.
And Ming fell for the bait. He trolling.
I'm not, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm tired of going voting and getting a sticker. People know I voted. Put that on Facebook.
I don't put it on nothing. I don't care if nobody knows I voted.
I mean, for one, I learned a long time ago. You what people fought for. So they fought for freedom. You know what I'm saying? Use that. That's voting. That's your right to do as you please. Like that's to make your decision. Try to get your politician, whoever you think that's best fits your views. Like you use that. So I've been doing it since I was the first election I was able to vote on. I was 21. It was the 08 election.
You didn't go when you was 18?
I didn't.
Why not?
I didn't. It wasn't a presidential candidate at the time.
I wasn't.
It wasn't a presidential candidate. It wasn't until 08.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
He don't know how to do math.
He doesn't. He really doesn't.
I got a sticker, so I forgot about it. All I got was a sticker.
So I mean, I believe in no matter. I mean, even if your guy doesn't win, I mean, your thing is your vote. You have that option, man. It's what's been given to you.
What about
use it?
Sorry about to interrupt you, but what about those people who constantly think, well, just because I voted, my person don't win every time.
So what?
So I'm not gonna vote no
more.
Yeah, because it don't matter.
You get discredited and you feel like your vote doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it.
I get it,
but you still gotta.
I mean, you gotta exercise that.
Because you see, like in our local election, our mayor's race, right? Not to get too political, but the top 2 spots were only decided by 65 votes or something like that. 64 votes.
Yeah, in the primaries.
In the primaries.
Really
yeah, and
that's hilarious.
That's just from 1 to 2. I mean, they both made it, but that's just for 64 votes. And then last year, a state rep ran out in the Turner district, and a guy won by I want to say 7, 8, 10 votes.
But truthfully, don't you think that helps? And I'm not even being funny.
It helps. It helps you show that your vote does matter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely,
and I wish people, but a lot of people don't see that. A lot of people don't look at the poll information.
Yeah.
They just see, oh, this candidate won.
Right.
Yeah,
that's it.
So in a lot of things, I think because people focus on the presidential and at the level of Senate, but The real change happens in your community.
Yeah, what matters the most is your
in your neighborhood.
local elections.
In your neighborhood.
Your local elections matter the most because that's where you're going to see the most change.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever president we have, they might make a change and we might see it down the road, yada yada. But our local stuff is what matters because that's what you are seeing now. That's what we're living right now.
Yeah.
You're seeing all the stuff with the COVID stuff and the tax abatement stuff and all. The list goes on with all the stuff, but that ain't the president making that decision.
Yeah.
That's our local officials.
The truth is, it's gonna sound crazy. But the world is getting younger. It's getting faster. It's getting. You almost need a gimmick. What did he do back in the day? The
vote or die.
The rope. Yeah, whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
He tried to make it cool.
I'm telling you right now, if I don't vote, I better not die. So
that's crazy. That's kind of fact.
That's kind of like a threat. Vote or die. Nah.
Yeah.
Did you vote today?
Go to my house.
But no, you. There's no way to make voting. Not no way. I'm not gonna say no way. But voting ain't cool. I don't know how to. I don't know how to explain it.
It sounds weird.
You got to make it cool, and right now, everything is trendy. So you got to figure out a way. The genius who figures out a way to make voting trendy is going to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So one more topic, and then we out. We almost had an hour. That went by quick.
It did.
I know.
It really did. I didn't even think we could find stuff to talk about.
No, see, I told you I did a good job. I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Oh, well, did you just silence me?
I did.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying? You want to know what? His dog is here. I ain't gonna step out of line because I ain't trying to get bit.
I know. She looking at you like a big old brisket.
The fattest one in the room
said,
got the most meat on it. It's like a ribeye, boy. It's got that marbling in it.
Oh yeah.
I didn't feed her for like a week.
Oh my God.
I knew you were coming over, and I kept
I just
at her food bowl. I have a picture of you on it, just right behind it. Like this is the reason why you ain't getting food. Oh, yep, she's getting up right now.
Oh.
But so the last thing we'll talk about is if you could go back in time and talk to yourself, say your 18-year-old self, you just graduated high school, what would you tell yourself?
What would I tell myself?
What would you tell yourself? Knowing what you know right now, what would you tell yourself?
Don't be a bitch. Push yourself harder. Sometimes you want to take the easiest road. Like, nah, man. Keep pushing yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Take a risk. Right now, you don't have any kids. Take a risk. Take a risk. Be risky. That's probably about it.
What was I doing at 18?
Probably nothing.
I'm trying to think.
I can tell you what you were doing. You were upset that Piper beat y'all Sumner basketball.
Never happened.
And you were sitting in the locker room crying.
Dogs on me.
Nah, for real. What would you say?
I honestly don't know. I'm trying to think. That's a good question. Something motivational, right?
You don't have to be motivational. It could be like, hey, don't take that job, or hey, don't
invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, don't talk that girl. Well, yeah,
hey, bro.
Invest in Bitcoin. On me, invest in Bitcoin.
Drop 50 in Bitcoin right now.
Hey, that Pilgrim money?
$50. You know what I'm saying?
Pilgrim money.
Yeah, bro.
Take all your student loans and invest. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Trust me.
Mic drop. A bag drop.
What stock? You a stock man? What stock was out?
That's
what
Netflix,
I would
bro.
That's what I would do.
What?
Netflix. It split like 3 times, 4 for 1 on a couple of them. One was like 2 for 1.
We talking about Bitcoin?
No, Netflix.
Oh, Netflix.
Yeah, $1,000 make you a millionaire.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Take my scholarship money that they was gonna pay for my education and then put it all in Netflix.
Nah, bro.
That's what you would tell yourself?
Yes. Bro, I almost said something real crazy. I ain't gonna do it.
You want to have 3 degrees or you want to have $3 million?
I'll take $3 million.
I can tell you right now.
They ain't doing nothing.
You at 20 years old with $3 billion, you're gonna lose that in 2 years.
Yes, I would be
You don't
30
trick it
million
off.
in debt.
$3 million.
$3 million, I would be 30 million in debt.
That's out of here.
Oh my God. Who are you, Hammer?
He
Nah, Wesley
$3
Snipes.
million and already 30 in debt.
gonna be at the racetrack like, I'm gonna put $700,000 on horse number 5. I got a premonition.
You know what's on the 3 horses today?
Yeah,
5.
5. I know there's a 5th horse coming
I
out.
feel it in the bones.
But Ming, what about you?
That's crazy.
Don't buy that hat.
Bruh.
Workout mode. Work out your legs more.
Do more legs.
Do more leg workouts.
I swear I got a headache, bro. Holding that laugh in, dog. Oh my
My
god.
man look like Jiminy Cricket every day.
He said, "Don't buy that hat."
It looks cool on the rack. Do not buy this.
Stay true to myself. Literally stay true to who I am. Don't let nothing and nobody influence you. Don't look for no friends. Like, don't go out looking for friends. Let them come to you. Understand your worth.
That really is good.
That's good.
But I thought you are staying true to yourself. You literally have on 32 wristbands.
Yeah, man. I went through a
He
phase
supports.
in college, man.
He supports everything.
Everything.
Yeah, I do support everyone who has a purpose.
I got you.
But I went through a phase in college, man, where I really lost
Oh boy, here
who
we
I
go.
was. Yeah.
What you about to say, man?
It's in the dark alley.
hey, we getting real deep now. This is the last.
I did, man.
This is
I
the
did.
last quarter of this podcast.
I was in the dark alley.
Hey, go ahead, let it out, bro. We all here
I
for
had to
you.
do some things. You know?
I needed some money. I needed some ramen noodles.
I wouldn't recommend it. You know? No, man. I met a lot of great people, but I met them making a lot of bad decisions. Not just being who I was, being lazy. Well, not really being lazy, but not being 100% committed to my goals. Like really 100% in. And that's why I said the sports thing, man. I grew up with sports and education, but the sports was what I really hung on to because it made the most impact and I seen the most success, and it made the ones around me proud of me, and I loved it. So
You played college ball too, didn't you?
I did.
He was trash. Sorry.
What sport?
Some I played. My freshman year, I played football at Fort Scott. Shout out to the Skis. My boy Levante, I played with him, Levante David for the Buccaneers. And then
I
I
bet you.
transitioned.
Does he know you?
He probably would.
He probably.
I don't think he
wouldn't.
would remember me.
Nah. You like, hey, Levante.
My freshman year,
Huh?
I read it.
Like, bro, hey, don't talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, don't talk to me.
What, you want an autograph?
And it's crazy because he played football, man. His wrist is
Yeah.
actually bigger than his ankle.
That's out of hand.
Damn.
What position did you play in football?
I was recruited.
He was third string cornerback.
I was recruited as a tight end, and that's where
That's wild, actually.
It really was. I was strong. I had hands.
Wait a minute. Tight
It's the
end
whole
wasn't.
leg. It's the whole leg thing now.
Tight end wasn't.
No, it was. I just didn't have the size for a
Yeah.
tight end. I was big. I was a tight end in my school at Sligo, but in college I wasn't a tight end. I'm every bit of 6'3".
Corner.
Was tight
I'm
end
a corner, safety, linebacker.
Did you
best.
just say
I
you
was
was 6'3"? Bro, you lying.
6'3" on a good day.
Yeah,
Nah, he's
6'3".
like
You
eye level
6',
with me, 6'2".
bro, you 6'1" and a
6'2",
possible.
6'3", bro.
Yeah.
Nah,
But he's
I'm
skinny, so
6'2"
it make him look
for
tall.
sure. I'm 6'2" for sure. Like
Like,
every
for
bit
sure.
of that.
Bro, you lying.
Yeah, my wife. I got.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you already married. You ain't gotta impress nobody.
right.
Look,
Trying to
in
add
baseball, I always said I was 6'4". On the mound, I was 6'4". Guaranteed.
It's because the mound's like 2 feet above
Yes.
the ground.
Yeah. Hey,
And it's
so
the presence.
So I have to do on this because I know my wife's gonna hear this. So I have to be honest about because I told my wife like I was 6'4" for the longest, bro.
You ain't 6'4".
Did she believe that?
She believed it. But my
Really?
wife is short as hell. She's
That's
short.
crazy.
Yeah, my wife is 3'6".
Damn.
Your wife gonna tear you up. Need some Culver's on.
Well, this is really gonna be
She be doing backflips under the bed.
facts, yeah.
Nah, man, my wife's short, man. She could like if she was sitting at this table right now, she could swing her feet.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I
that's
was talking
short.
about that today.
Yeah, that is
she's
wild.
yeah, she a little. Her feet just be
Baby
dangling.
legs.
Yeah, man, she a midget.
That's wild.
It was a lot of decisions I should have. I should have just stayed true to who I was.
Well, what do you mean by that? Stay
Well,
true to
I
who
was
you are.
making decisions, man, based off friendships, and instead of taking an extra time in the classroom, turning work in, mainly on the education part. Nobody's really messing with me on in practice, weights and stuff like that, especially when it came to the baseball side. I transitioned to baseball after my freshman year, so in my sophomore year, and got a couple scholarships to schools or whatever. But during those schools, I just wasn't 100% dedicated. You know, I would go to school, go to class or whatever, and then do the homework and then not turn the stuff in. Like, who does that? You know,
Elijah Ming.
Yeah, you know, it's like it's stupid stuff like that you know.
My youngest.
It's being 100% committed. You know, following through with connects. Man, I played catch with Bob McClure. He knew me by first name.
I
he
know
was a pitching coach for the Royals.
Okay.
So I would like literally meet him at Kauffman Stadium and play catch with him. I had a pitching coach by the name of Brent Smith. He's a Hall of Famer for the Expos. He's the one who hooked that up. He saw that much in me to where he knew I would be able to go pro. I just didn't know that in myself, you know. So chasing women, chasing weed and drugs and all that other stuff, whatever, man. I just wasn't 100% dedicated to it. You know,
you gonna get drug tested as soon as you get back.
When you said that, I was like, "Oh man, bro,
hey,
it came out."
They already know what's up.
I finally found out why he's so skinny.
Yeah,
Facts, you know.
we got him.
Crack.
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, we got it. You know, but yeah, just, you know, it is what it is.
So I guess what I would tell myself is a couple things. One, keep moving forward. You're going to have dark days. Mm-hmm. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have times where you hit rock bottom. Keep moving forward. It gets better. You know, it doesn't matter how many times you hit rock bottom. As long as you're looking up, like as long as you're on your back looking up, you can only go up. That makes sense?
Yeah.
You got to keep going up because everybody hits rock bottom. At some point in your life, everybody's going to hit rock bottom. Or you're going to have a certain situation where you feel like you hit rock bottom, but you got to keep moving forward. You can't let that bad situation control your life. Another thing I would say is do what you love. Because if you're in a job or profession or with someone you don't love or something, whatever, do what you love to do. Because what matters overall is your mental health and your happiness. Mm-hmm. So my mental health, my happiness, kids, wife, and, you know, I started this podcast. I do what I love. Do what I love to do. And that's what my advice would be to everybody. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, having a job is great. You know, pay your bills, yada, yada, yada. But find something you love to do and do it. Because you don't want to go through life and say, man, I wish I would have did this.
That's facts.
You always need to take a chance. Because what's the worst that can happen? You fail? Okay. Now you know one time how to not do it. You can keep going. Don't matter. Keep pushing forward. That's what I would tell myself.
Yeah. Somebody said that.
What's that?
Somebody said that.
That's not what you said.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
I said that.
You
said
said
the same
that?
thing. Yeah.
Stop trying to take my
not what
line.
you said.
Nah, I've already said. I've been said that.
I mean, think about this. You are now compared to Kelly.
Yeah.
You think that's a good thing?
No.
Oh, bro! Come on, you gonna do me like that?
That's tough.
Oh, okay.
That's real tough, man.
You guys have the same line of thought.
Dang.
That hurts, man.
No, I'm just kidding.
It really do hurt.
I'm going to sick my dog on you after this podcast.
Come on, man.
Bro, I'm going to sit back and watch like, dang.
Which is crazy because this man has a dog at home that is a more aggressive breed.
He's not.
Yeah, he is.
No, man.
he
Pit bulls
is.
get a bad rep. They
He
get
is
a bad.
okay.
No.
Whatever. I'm not saying he's aggressive. It's just a more aggressive breed. And you scared my dog because it barks at you.
I'm gonna tell you. So we're gonna break this down real quick. All right.
Sorry.
How
How are you scared of dogs when you have a dog?
Shut up. So just listen to me, because PTSD. So what dog was primarily used back in the day? When you see all them pictures, you don't see cops holding pit bulls.
But what if they did, though?
You know what I'm saying? You don't see cops holding pit bulls. You don't.
You's a badass little kid. That's your problem.
You don't see cops holding pit bulls. What they holding?
German Shepherd,
And what else? What the other one? What other breed?
Malinois.
And what your dog is?
Yeah, both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mixed.
Thank you. So he done It's both of them. He done made a super dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been training to bite you for the longest time. That's why I've been inviting you over for so long. I'm glad you
I
came
finally
over.
came over. I was scared.
Yep.
I didn't want to walk in. Ming walked in, man. He said the door's open. I'd be damned. I was scared, man.
He's scared.
This neighborhood, I said, we can't just walk. I thought I was a runaway. I ain't even gonna lie.
Ain't no way. He thought it was get out.
We can't walk in here. Come on, man. I'm not. Some old lady gonna be sitting on the couch. I can't do it.
You think I'll set you up? I would do that, though.
You would.
Yeah.
Switch 2 numbers and a whole different house. And you know,
Hey, my address is 45
I was
27.
I showed you what you was supposed to say.
What
Like,
happened?
I don't know if this is the house now.
That's what he did. He said the door open. Ming just all comfortable. Like, hey,
Especially I
what's going
said,
on, guys?
hey, I'm outside. Just walk in.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Don't mind the lady on the couch. Just keep
I'll
walking
figure
by.
that out once I'm in.
Granny just on
Oh my God! Just wake her up and say you here.
That's when you move and walk out of there. He's like, oh, my bad.
Wrong house, I'm sorry.
Wrong
That is not
You
gonna
just
work.
need to shake her a couple times. Just let you
I
know
don't know
you're
if you've
here.
been there. In the birds, most people don't lock their doors until it's like late at night. Like, oh my God, I forgot I gotta lock this.
That is true.
You don't.
It ain't like
No, man, serious.
like-
So
I'm dead serious.
you leave your door locked during daylight?
lock my door all the time.
All the time. All the
I
time.
always lock the door.
You never heard nobody say door open. Ain't something locked. Come on in. Nah.
Yeah.
It's a setup.
If you expect the company, yeah.
No,
I
I
was
respect the
expecting
company.
that.
I still go,
Nah, I go to the door every time.
Ain't no
Unlock
way.
it.
Y'all got it.
Nah, that's too much.
Y'all tripping.
Because I have a dog and I don't. A lot of people are afraid because she barks.
Yeah, you gotta put the dog up.
That's why I was outside trying to help y'all out.
You trying to set me up?
I was
think that's
trying
what
to.
it is.
Dog been in the kennel all day. He only took it out when we got here.
Yeah. I literally, it was in the kennel, and I had a picture. Like I said, I had a picture of you just in the front of the
Yeah,
kennel.
when he
This is the reason why you in this kennel.
This is gonna look good.
This is why you in this kennel.
This is what
My picture been on a blanket just over the dog with a light on the inside. The dog looking up. I got him.
Yeah.
The dog was like, "We got him."
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. We will do this again, of course. Thank you guys for coming out, and we will do this again another day. So, peace.